Hello, everybody. Today, um, my name is Adam, and I am on a mission to beat all of the NES games by cheating. And I have a reason for that. It's not just a weird side quest. The first reason is that generally I have a review channel and I want to review as many things as possible. So I thought it would be cool to review the console and the games that I grew up with. So today, basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the game until I beat the game, if it's possible, by cheating. So I'm just going to open the game. And maybe I'm going to turn it down a little bit. And I need to do one thing. I need to turn on the cheats, right? So there's so many cheats that you can actually choose with this game. So basically, it's a game where you fly a fighter and then you shoot things. So I think the best one would be just infinite power. No, not infinite power. No. Invincible. Okay. Then we need to apply that. Okay, let me just check to see if I'm streaming properly. No, I'm not streaming I'm not sharing properly. I'm not sharing anything. Okay. This one, right? Maybe it isn't that one. Hold on. Okay, something weird happened. Okay, it's the other one. It's all right. I shared the wrong thing. So I need to share that one. Okay, now I need to make sure that it's sharing. It's sharing. We can start. Okay. We're having some technical difficulties, it seems. Oh, okay, here we go. All right, so first I need to see you can give yourself like power-ups. So first I need to see if the cheats are actually on. So I'm gonna What? Oh, I think the cheats are on. Okay. Can I crash? Bum, bum, bum. So I don't even know if the cheats are on right now. I assume that they are, and that's why that weird thing happened. I don't even know if you can beat this game, technically. Already I'm uncomfortable. Oh yeah, but I would have died like so many times. Already. Okay. My son and I, we were playing Super Mario Brothers 3 yesterday with cheats just to see how far we could get, and we got to like the um, the last world. Oh, Jesus, that's just not very ergonomic, I guess. Okay, that's the first level, I guess. Look at that. I suppose I don't actually have to do much. You know, I could just fly through and then it will like take me to the end. But you know, I wanna stop the Japanese. What's this? Oh, that's the boss. Oh, I have to get past the boss. I don't think this is how this works, but okay. Whoa! Sink a ship. Bonus. Yay! I don't know if it's gonna. Okay, no. All right, no, I don't get a chance to. Hold on, can I pause? That's not pause. Okay, I'm gonna pause to see if anybody is watching, if anybody has any comments, if anybody's like, wow, crazy. Okay, nobody's watching. That's all right. Usually, people don't watch in the first few minutes of the stream, and I haven't been streaming regularly recently, so. Oh, I forgot about the lightning. I don't think that they'd really be flying like that. I'm just a time traveler with very advanced military technology that the Japanese have never seen before. Did that plane just give birth to other planes? I think it did. Oh, my fingers hurt. My fingers hurt. Commencing attack. I can just fly like this. So think about how much this cost the Japanese, this attack. Oh, this is a boss, right? This must be a boss. Yeah, this is a boss. I don't think I did. I can't fly backwards, though. I can only go forward. I don't think that was a very good... Sink a ship. Destruction rate, 81%. Did I really sink the ship, though? Yeah, that's the weird thing. Okay. I don't even know how many levels there are in this game, but I imagine it's not infinite. Right? It can't be infinite. It's gotta be like... It's gotta be... you know... That was dumb. I gotta shoot more planes, though. I feel like I'm not doing a very good job being immortal. Well, I guess I'm not immortal. I am invincible. That's a different thing, right? I wonder if there's like a number that you have to clear. That's also possible, right? Like, if I don't kill enough of them, then I won't go on to the next level, right? I think that makes sense. Are those jets? I think those are jets. Yeah. Also, I think that I would never get to this point, actually, because I'm not that good at games like this. My reaction time is not good, and I've been playing for like maybe 10 minutes, and my fingers are tired already. It would also be good if... Like, I have like an Xbox controller that's hooked up, so it would be great if I could like use the trigger rather than this button. But, you know, it does replicate how people... I'll just shoot you. Yeah. Like, I don't know if this... Okay, good. I didn't know if I was doing any damage. We have to get the engines? Ah! I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing, actually. How do I kill this guy? Oh, he's going away. He's going away! 53%. Oh. 53%. I guess these must be Japanese battleships, right? That I'm targeting. I don't know. What do you think, chat? Am I targeting Japanese battleships? Is that the whole point of this game? I don't know. I don't think that it would be... I don't think that it would be like... what was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say. I mean, I don't think that this would be infinite. I hope it's not like a game like Tetris where I could just keep going and going and going and going. Because, you know, clearly the point of a game like this is just to get the highest score. Oh, I can get the ships. I didn't know that I could get the ships. The music is good. It's like... Maybe always my energy. I think I just blew it up by flying into it with my invincible plane. Sink a ship. Oh, 93%. Wow. Cool. Coolness. Okay. I want to see how many missions there are. I want to see two things. I also need a break, as I said, because my everything hurts. And I've been playing for like 2 minutes. Well, not 2 minutes. I've been playing for 20 minutes. Let's see. I'm going to check how many missions in 1943 Battle of Midway. There's also 1942. Ooh, 24 levels. 24 levels. So you'll be stuck with me for probably about an hour, I would say. Ooh, that was kind of dumb. I pressed the wrong button. This feels like a song. Like a famous song? I don't know. Also, where are my friends? Why do the Japanese have so many planes and I have no planes? No friends. And why is all of the Japanese Air Force attacking me? I'm one guy. One guy. I also had to think like what my rating for this game would be. And in fairness, like this was a game that I actually played when the Nintendo came out, when the NES came out as a little kid. We would like rent these games. So, yeah. I don't think these pilots would want to be like, would want to be with me, man. I think they would be like, I don't think they want to fight me being invincible. Like, look at this. And is it immoral to cheat in a game? I don't think so. I don't think it's immoral to cheat in a game because you're supposed to have fun. And like, for me, I'm not going to claim that I'm actually beat these games, right? I beat them by cheating. So, but I do want to see like the things that I wouldn't be able to see at my level of talent, and maybe I'll go back and legitimately beat games sometimes. Like I'm planning on being able to do that with Super Mario Brothers 2 or Super Mario Brothers 1. But for now, right, I need to take a break after every level because I need to. I can check the chat. Can I like my own stream? No, I don't think I can like my own stream. Well, that's not very fair. That's not very fair at all. I need to save the lightning. Well, actually, I don't need to save the lightning because I can't use it. I can't use it later because I get out of energy. I need to shoot those. I keep getting them, but I need to shoot them because then it's going to give me a different power up. Oh, and I don't know if you noticed that, but the clouds got really weird. Found enemy bombers. Are these the enemy bombers? Those are probably going to be gigantic things, right? This seems to be a very bad strategy on the part of the American Navy or whoever I'm flying for. One lone wolf. I like how it starts to blow up and then it doesn't blow up. It stops. I mean, it's still damaged, but you don't see. Well, I guess that makes sense, right? Lord love a duck. Lord love a duck. It's like it shook off the damage. Okay. Are these the bombers, though? I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, back to my story. I'm not sure if it was actually a story, but yeah. Back in the day, you used to have to rent video games and VCRs and stuff. So we had a limited entertainment budget. So we would always be trying to convince our parents to be able to rent like NES rather than. Well, there wasn't any boss in that one rather than a VCR. So I'm at level 7 already out of 24, apparently. So people have to catch up. And I know that we rented this game. They have jets. Okay, I gotta shoot it. Who's that? What was that? I don't know what that was. That's a cool part of this game is that you get like these. You upgrade your weapons to like these ridiculous Cheerio thing looking things. Yeah. Anyway, so you had to like rent the games, and of course it was cheaper than buying the games, of course. But like we rented this one, and I'm sure we died 500 times, and then we got frustrated and we did something else. Oh my power up died. I mean, it makes sense that you pass the ship like that, but also it's kind of odd that they just let you go by. I like the more dangerous music here. Ah. Oh, my thumbs hurt. Oh no! not dead though. 87%. Maybe I just gotta get like more of these little ships here. I mean, planes. Okay, so there is actually, I can die. I can actually, you know, not succeed in my mission. I didn't get that very well. That one very well. No, I thought this was going to be easy. You know, cheating's never easy. Especially on the NES. Cheating is ridiculously hard. Oh, I got it. I got it, though. I got it. Oh. I sunk it. So I think it just counts if I sunk the ship. Oh, but this is going to be difficult. Difficult, boys and girls. Difficult. And I think I'm going to open the window because it's getting a little bit stuffy in here because, I don't know, it's like May and it's really, really warm. I don't know. I don't know. Dun, 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 dun. So, my review of this game so far would be that it's fun, but if it's like an aerobic workout. Also, I think that they were a little bit demanding for me to get like a lot more destruction of that battleship because, like, come on. They have biplanes? The biplanes doing tricks now. Because I think if my little plane here damaged a 87% a battleship, that's pretty good, I would say. Plus, I think my kill ratio is like off the charts. Like now they're trying to get me with biplanes. I think they're running out of planes in Japan. We need to focus on this one. I don't think I got, I think they're going to make me do that again. Oh, no, maybe not, maybe not, maybe not. Oh, if they had an auto fire cheat, that would be great. My thumb hurts. I think I failed that mission. Oh, yeah. Yep. Okay, so I am going to try to optimize my cheating experience. 1 second. Infinite power up points distribution. Infinite time digits, infinite time tens, invincible, infinite 700 plus energy. Yes. Okay. What else can I do? Infinite power. Yes. Infinite power ups. Start a mission. All right. Sometimes these cheats will like cancel each other out, so. Laser weapon seems like a good one. But I don't see anything like always firing. Hold on. Yeah. Why wouldn't I have side fighters? Why wouldn't I have side fighters? But oh Lord. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Oh Lord, that's much better. This is how you cheat. I have lasers now, mofos. I'm a time traveler who has lasers from the future. And I got myself some friends. I still have to shoot, though, which seems like a dumb thing to complain about, but... I think the always lasers would have been fine. But actually, because I also have infinite energy, so I could just lightning bolt them to death, which is what I'm going to do right now. Ah, ha, 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 ha. I don't need that. Okay, I guess you're against... Okay, the bigger ships aren't killed by the lightning. Just the smaller ships. I mean, why do I keep saying ships? They're clearly planes. Like, this is a really funny thing. I don't have to. Well, I mean, it's good because I don't have to waste time fighting all of them. Oh, I have to fight you. Okay, stop. Well, it looks like there's a plane on the other side. Oh, I actually blew it up that time. The other time it just flew away. Oh, I like the dramatic 8-bit art. That's great. The colors are great. I just think that NES is like a great system. It's just so. I mean, this is pretty dark uh, game that I'm playing here. I mean, dark thematically, but it's just so cheerful. You know. All right. Mm-mm. We have more energy now, more power. Biplanes. You're sending biplanes against me when I have a laser plane. And lightning. This might be a dumb question, but I don't know why they don't develop lightning weapons generally, because lightning is like the most powerful thing on Earth, right? So why wouldn't they have lightning weapons? Too many small planes. Ooh. Uh, well, it's kind of dumb because I don't. Uh, you think I need special weapons? I think this is the most powerful weapon in the game, right? I like how I'm shaking the earth with my lightning. Which would that happen on the ocean? I don't think so. Okay, what am I fighting now? Yay, I sunk it. $14 more to go. Yeah, but the art is nice. I'm trying to think of like, is it actually a fun game though? Um, and I would say it kind of depends on your talent. Because if you're like me and you can't actually get past the first mission without dying, then it's not fun. Like to play the game in a vanilla way, let's say. I don't know what that is. I will take it though. Sorry, this might. I don't know. I hope. I don't think anyone's watching anyway right now, but if you're watching later, please be careful if you have epilepsy because there are flashing lights. I still would like a power up. You see the cow? That's crazy. Why was there a cow? I would still like to cheat where I can not press the button all the time because, oh my god, my thumb is killing me. There's an elephant. Oh, this is just a bunch of bombers. So I think like probably the problem with this mission is that you get run over by the bombers. The bombers fly into you all the time. Okay, we are officially, well, after this one, we'll be half done the game. Shojin, fight bravely. I wish like I remember thinking the orange thing was cool when I was younger. I thought that looked really cool, like the orange carrier there, but now it kind of looks really dated. The graphics generally look pretty dated, but it's fun. I mean, is it fun? I don't know. It's fun if you cheat, although it's still pretty demanding. I mean, obviously not as demanding as if you don't cheat. Oh, those. Oh, the biplanes are not affected by the lightning. That's crazy. Okay, I have to. Have UFOs. The Japanese Air Force was doing some very experimental things in 1943, it looks like. I wonder about this game. Like, I know it was in arcades before it was ported to the consoles, but like, I wonder what the history of it is because I think it would be kind of insensitive for Japanese audiences, right? Because why would they fight? Why would they have a game where they are the bad guys? So I'm curious. I don't know. If you know, put it in the comments. I will check when I finish the game. Or maybe I'll take a break. Ooh. None of this matters, actually. None of it matters because, I mean, not a big break. I'll just look when I get halfway done here. Imagine these poor Japanese pilots coming back from the war, and they're like, yes, American planes have lasers now. Wow, there's another ship. But I think they do have laser weapons now. I heard that some country has laser weapons now, which is a short step to Star Wars, I guess. I'm also really curious because there was like a lot of IP that they produced games for the Nintendo. Like there's a bunch of Star Wars games that are forgotten. And, you know, I think that would be cool to see all of that stuff. All right. As I said, I'm gonna leave that on and I'm gonna like do a little bit of on the fly research here, which is just to say like the Battle of Midway 1943 NES. Okay, so it's a 1987 vertically scrolling, this is what Wikipedia says, scrolling shooter video game developed and published by Capcom for arcades. It was the first follow-up to the earlier 1942. Like 1942, the player controls Americans attacking the Japanese air fleet. This is due to it being one of the first Capcom games designed with Western markets in mind. The name is a reference to the Battle of Midway. Okay, so basically I'm seeking revenge to defeat the Japanese naval aerial forces that attacked the American aircraft carrier. Destroy the battleship Yamato, the game's final boss. Okay, it just has weapons, attacks, and stuff. Was on the Sega Saturn and the PlayStation? That's interesting. And you can hear the birds probably. The birds are also like, that sounds really cool what you're playing. Oh, it was the most popular arcade game of July 1987. And Japan's highest grossing table arcade game of 1987. That's crazy. Oh yeah, but then the Yoshiki Okamoto said that there were like on his YouTube channel said that there were protests against this game by the Japanese right wing. They criticized the game's content as an insult to the souls of fallen soldiers enshrined at the Yasukuni shrine. So they said that the criticism resonated deeply that one could question why Japanese developers would deliberately make a game about defeating the Japanese military, and that he had been too young to consider that perspective at the time. He explained the setting was chosen to make the game more appealing by putting the player on the side of the war's winner, and that context was fantastical, diverging from the historical elements like mixed Army Navy aircraft and the battleship Yamato appearing at the Battle of Midway when it was not actually present. And the names of warships and battlefields are fictional in the NES version. That's interesting, but like I can kind of see the perspective, but you have, you know, because I think I think it's a pretty brave thing to do. And I'm not sure like American game developers would actually put themselves uh, like obviously playing as the Germans would be a bit problematic for reasons, and the Japanese also would be problematic for reasons. Interesting that the right wing guys didn't say anything about Japanese war crimes and stuff, but anyway. Um, but I think a better, more more accurate to the American sort of perspective would be like, I don't think that the Americans would make a game where they are controlling, where American players are expected to control the Viet Cong, you know? Maybe there is a game like that, but I think that's the line. Because, and it's not necessarily that the Viet Cong won that war, although they did. It's more like that would seem to be a particularly egregious thing. Or maybe a more modern example, I don't think that they would let you play as Osama bin Laden. I almost said Osama Obama bin Laden. Wow, that's American propaganda right there. American propaganda against themselves. But I don't know. I don't know how you could like look at this game and think that this is disgraceful, because it's clearly not realistic. Right? I have lasers and there are biplanes fighting. And I got one guy against all of these Japanese planes, and honestly, I don't think the Japanese army or navy had that many planes. I don't think they had that many aircraft carriers, that's for sure. I wonder what happens at the end of the game. Now I'm curious. Ugh. I can't imagine being in an arcade and doing this, though. Although the arcade version is only 16 levels, so it would have been done by now. Let me just check. Let me just check. Let me just check. All right, all right. Oh, those won't work. The Jets. It's interesting though that the guy changed his mind about that. You know, he's like, "Oh, I hadn't thought of that perspective. That it was insulting to the souls of the brave Japanese pilots." And I think there were brave Japanese pilots. It's true, and I think that Japanese pilots probably didn't commit a bunch of war crimes apart from attacking Pearl Harbor. And clearly that was their leaders who chose to do that. But then, there's this whole question of like, who bears the responsibility for war crimes? Is it the random soldiers, or is it the people who order them to do the war crimes, This is committing war crimes on my phone. I don't know why I got that. I don't need it at all. I think they're just immune to lightning. But it's weird, like, they clearly designed this not for the Japanese market, and it was like the most popular game in arcades for a period in Japan. So I think Japanese youth didn't really care about that. But it's an interesting point of view. All right, who's the boss? All right, it's this plain guy. Oh, I can see some damage on that engine. No, maybe the damage is getting bigger. I don't know. I think I got the pilot there, though. Ugh. It's kind of repetitive, though. I mean, well, clearly it's repetitive. Destructive rate 78%. Yeah, but it is kind of repetitive, but I wonder, like, how many players actually were able. Can I get you with? Yes, I can. All right. I need to get a higher destructive rate here. Lost in bot, lost in bot, lost in bot. Also, like, was that the criticism about the first one? Because this is a sequel. So I'm not sure if they were talking about, like, maybe they were talking about this one, because maybe this one was more popular. I don't know. Visual contact with surface forces. I think the Yamamoto is like their best carrier. I don't know. I have like I would say my superficial knowledge of the war in the Pacific is pretty good, but when it comes to details like that, I don't know. Ooh, 100%. Da, 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 da. Dun, 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 dun. So I would say, actually, I'm thinking about like what rating I would give it, and I probably would give it like a 5 out of 10, actually, because it's kind of repetitive. There are some like really charming things about the game, like the fact that you can shoot these lasers eventually. But I think the the landscape or the seascape is really quite repetitive. There's nothing unique or different. Um, yeah, it's just like go shoot some planes, and then you have a boss battle, which is normal, but and the boss battle is a boat or a ship, I guess should say. And like, ooh, that's interesting. Like, is that destroyed? Like, what's going on with that? That's crazy. Why are you not destroyed already? Oh, I might not get enough percentage. Oh, no, but I sunk it. I think that was the first battleship. Oh, what? I thought that there were 20. Oh, maybe because. Oh, no. Ah! The war is over? What? What do you mean? Oh, okay. Yeah, but it's 24. That was mean, though. It was so mean. They were like, oh, I think that's the arcade ending. Can you imagine? Also, like, that is pretty rough to sit there. Yeah, because I thought that there was like 11. No, there's like 16 levels on the arcade version. So imagine sitting there all of that time. So many quarters. Probably made so much money. But even these extra levels, they don't feel significantly different, right? I should check the chat, but okay, I'll check it after this level. I just wonder like how much creativity goes into a game like this, because you need a certain amount of creativity, but how complicated can you get with a game that is primarily made to be played in arcades, right? You can't have like a super deep story. You just need something that people want to come back to and keep playing. And so I can kind of see like, oh, there's cows. That's that's a pretty unique power up thing. The cows, I like that. So I because it is so hard, there is like this idea that you want to like come back and play again. So it makes sense, but then I wonder from like a home console version, is there any sort of like replayability apart from the fact that you want to beat the game? Like, I am not really interested. Like, there are games that I want to beat without cheating, but this one is not really. Not really. It doesn't seem very appealing to me, Even though it does have a lot of like merit. It has a few things going for it. Like the style is cool, the music is cool, the special power-ups are cool. But mm, mm, mm. And the lightning doesn't work forever, which is like, what is the point of that? I guess it's not. It's so you don't have like an overpowered power up, right? But also, they could have changed like the console version to say like, "Oh, not that you won the war," because it's all a trap. And I think that they're all, they all come in like specific patterns. So I think if you were a person who was like really obsessed with this game, then you could figure out the patterns. It's kind of like when you're doing like a platformer and you have to, like, I didn't come to this realization until quite late, like maybe just a few weeks ago, that platforming is just puzzles. That's all they are. Like platform games are puzzles. Sometimes it's more obvious than other ones, but they're just because, especially because you don't have like generative sort of enemies who kind of like think and do unusual stuff. Usually it's all patterns. Like these planes will always go in that way in this game, you know? And the bosses will always be the same and they will always do the same strategy. And these planes can blow up the same way. Hmm. It was a very nice day, and I didn't go outside because I didn't feel like it, but I feel like I should have now. But oh well. Tomorrow I can go outside. It's the day of rest, and I'm resting by playing this game and beating it, fulfilling a dream. Maybe I had for one day in childhood, you know, or maybe like a couple of days when it really pissed me off that we couldn't beat this game and we rented it. I guess this is just their merchant marine. What level am I on? So now it's going to be, yep, aircraft carrier. And then there's going to be like a bigger boat. Ah. That one plane has single handedly sunk 19 ships. Mm. a little bit tired right now. I mean, I was tired when I started. I feel like this is work. It's work. It's work. Work, 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 work. Work, 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 work. That guy got away. Okay, I think if I'm predicting, I think that this is going to be a bomber level, and there's not actually going to be a boss. It's going to be like these annoying bombers that take like 5 hits to kill. And they try to like vary the levels by like making the clouds different, but I think the clouds, the shape of the clouds are the same. It's just the colors that are different. So if you look at like other games that happened at the time, like Mario Brothers, it's hard to like, I don't think it's necessarily fair to compare other games with Mario Brothers, because I think it's like one of the best, definitely the best designed game of this era, but there's not like, the enemies behave the same way, and they're like really deadly. I think if you had an infinite amount of time, you could beat the game, but then again, it comes to like, would you want to? Maybe just to show that you have really great hand-eye coordination or something, but like, apart from that, okay, it's gonna be it's a bomber. Also, I don't like the fact that you can see the wing on the other thing. Like, I'm sure that maybe they couldn't do anything about that, but when it goes over there, you can see the wing come back on this side. Like, the world is only one panel. Ayako 2, 3. Okay, so 3 more worlds, theoretically. 4 more levels. Should be done in 20 minutes. Where are the ships? Where are the planes? Speak of the devil. I think the problem with the difficulty is that you also have to try and get as many planes as you can. So you have to put yourself in danger, which causes you to die more often, which causes you to play the game more. Because I think like these games are not like, they understand the psychology of people who play games really well, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're good games, you know. I think that they're very kind of manipulative games. Well, I'm not sure if I'm speaking generally of the whole genre of shoot 'em ups, or I'm speaking like of this one specifically. I think I'm speaking of this one specifically because I think that you could do this in a way that wasn't so manipulative and wasn't so repetitive. Okay, so this is going to be a boat, yeah. It's a boat level. It's like an escort boat. If you want like good fiction about this time, I can like recommend you two movies. One is a classic and one is like a weird modern movie. They're both German. One is called Das Boot, which is basically about a German U-boat crew, and it doesn't like portray the Nazis in a sympathetic way, but it portrays them in a human way, right? And some people really are true believers in the Nazi agenda and stuff, and some people are not. But in the end, they experience the same thing, and because the mortality rate uh, of a German uh, U-boat crew was really, really small, really low, actually. I sunk it. I mean, high. The mortality rate was really high, so not a lot of people survived. And so you can kind of like see them like try to attack their, I mean, literally attack, but like also their kind of like professionalism and their training and their humanity and the fact they're just people. So it's a really good movie and the atmosphere is really good. Like you can really feel um, that they're in this crowded environment all the time. And another good World War II movie is it has different titles, but it's either The Tiger or The Tank, and it's basically about um, a German tank crew in the Second World War, and it's a very weird movie because it starts being like kind of like Das Boot, where it's like a sort of realistic examination of the psychological toll that going to war uh, takes on people and like the camaraderie that people have. And then it goes in a very weird metaphysical way. So, but it's interesting. It's good. Then there's oh, is that called Sisu? It's like a Finnish film where this guy is like getting revenge against the Nazis. It's really, really bloody and really entertaining. It's probably one of the better action films that I've seen in quite some time because that's generally not my bag, not the thing that I like, you know? All right. More ships. See, like, its last levels are not creative at all. Like, if you actually beat this game legitimately, um, would you have any sense feeling of accomplishment? Uh, did I sink it? I think I sunk it, yeah. Good enough. But I don't really know like a lot of good films about this area of the world during that time. Ooh, this is the second last mission. Two more missions to go. Dun, 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 dun. See, the clouds are slightly different color. So then I have to think, like, if I think that it's repetitive, like, what would make it better? I think, like, the variety of enemies would be better because they're the same, you know. Variety of enemies would be better. Maybe, like, I don't know, maybe bombing missions. Maybe, like, some kind of tactics instead of just sitting here and shooting everything that comes in sight. Maybe a way to get an auto fire button, auto fire power up. That's more like about my thumb. Okay, it's going to be a bomber. Yep. I think it actually doesn't matter where I hit the plane. It just starts. It starts, the engines go on fire in like a set order. That's also annoying. Oh, there's two. Wow. Wow, I wasn't expecting that. Yes, then it's going to be the other one on the other side. Oh, no, it's two. It's two at once, and then it's like that little one. Oh. Oh. See, the little bit of the wing on the other side really annoys me. Okay. Then it's going to be on that side. Yep. Yep. Even though I wasn't really shooting at that engine. Okay, this is the last one. Ugh. Let me check if there's anyone here listening to me. No, because I can't click any of those buttons, because if I click those buttons, then I end the stream. And I have one more level to do. But there's some way that I can do it so it's like shorts, and I think that's the way to go, because YouTube randomly recommends live streams during shorts to me, so I think that's what I want. I'll have to figure out how to do that for my next stream. For my next trick, oh, this is the last level actually, right? Which is why there's so many more enemies. But again, not different enemies. And why aren't those planes going? I just noticed this. I mean, I noticed it before, but now it's kind of annoying. Like these big planes, why aren't they flying in my direction? Why are they flying away from me? You know, I'm clearly like the big threat that you should try to stop me. All right, so if it was 3 bombers there, I know that the boss at the end is like the Yamato. So I think it's going to be like 3 times as hard to sink it. Yeah, this is the boss. This will be the Yamato. I don't think this is the Yamato. I think this is like this is the introduction ship. Oh, I can't get that turret. Okay, more planes. Now they're just like bombarding me with planes. Meanwhile, I have destroyed the amount of planes and at least a small air force, right? Maybe not the Japanese Air Force at this time, but I destroyed a significant number of their planes. Kind of sounds like some electronic problem. Like, you know, when you have some electronic problem, that's what that sounds like static almost. All right, I think what they're going to do is they're going to show me all of the different battleship types before I get to like the Yamato. Is this the Yamato? No, this is not the Yamato. This is just another type of air carrier. No, this is a battleship. It's not going to sink because it's not the main attraction. Okay, now it's getting a bit ridiculous. Okay, another aircraft carrier. I think the Yamamoto is an aircraft carrier, is it not? I don't know. I don't think this is the end. I think they're gonna give me like 10 bosses to fight at the end. I think I pressed the X button 5,000 times in 2 hours. It's not ergonomically great, guys. Not ergonomically great. That's a hard word to say when you're not exactly fighting for your life, but fighting to maintain your thumb control. I didn't get that one very well. There's going to be one more. I think this is, yeah, this is the last one. Has to be. Oh, they changed the name. We have destroyed Tokaku. Then all weapons were put to silence. Ooh, there is a cutscene at the end. Hi, Nancy, it's me. Yes, the war is over. Indeed. I'm so glad. I just got off Hawk Nest. Yeah. I'll be there this weekend. I guess he's calling from the port. Okay, I think it crashed. Or maybe that's the sound that doves make when they cry. I don't know. All right. What do I think about that game? So I'm gonna do like a more sort of full-throated review, if that's the expression. I'm gonna do like a review where I talk about the history of the franchise and talk about my impressions as well and use the footage that we just played in the review for the review. But so I think initially it's a fun game. These are my final thoughts. Initially, it's a fun game. The graphics are nice. They're kind of like this sort of aesthetic of Nintendo and arcades generally of that time. The music is nice. And some of the power-ups are really out there. Like there's like a power-up of an astronaut and cows and different things like that. And that's like a really fun touch. And the fact that you can have lasers in a game that's set in World War II kind of makes it more like a fantasy setting than a realistic depiction of the Battle of Midway, which is good, right? Because it doesn't have to be realistic. But I think also The problems are, and I'm not sure if it's connected to the writing so much or it's connected to the actual limitations of the technology, but the problems are that it's primarily an arcade game, and arcade games are designed to get money. And so the difficulty is quite high, even on a game that somebody would have bought and played at home. So difficulty is quite high, and you would have to keep putting quarters in the game. And I think, like we saw, it took me about 2 hours, maybe not 2 hours. It took me like how long of it? So an hour and 46 minutes. So it took me like 46 minutes to beat um, the arcade portion of the game. And but then the other problem is that the enemies are really boring and repetitive. So in the first couple of levels, they change, but I think what happens is that they wanted to add another, okay, they wanted to add for 8 extra levels for the console releases, and it doesn't work because there's the same enemies. You know, you have like bombers and battleships to fight. Um, yeah, and they changed the names of the because I know it's like fantasy, but I don't understand why they changed the names of the battles and the names of the ships involved in the battles because, it's fantasy, but it's set in a real battle, so why not give the names, I don't know, real names of battleships. But I think the primary problem is that it's not very creative. It's very, very repetitive. And I think if you actually wanted to beat the game, I think it's possible, not for someone like me, but I think it is possible to beat the game. It would just be very, 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 very difficult. And it would take like a long time when you memorize the patterns. And that's basically it, is like memorizing the patterns. And and I understand the limitations of the technology at the time, but if every level, like if there was a level over land and a level over sea, and there was like a bombing run, and then you could change your planes, and I think that they could remake this game a lot better now, actually. But I don't know. What did you think? Do you like this game? Did you like its predecessor? Have you played it before? Has anybody played it in the last, I don't know, 20 years? Let me know in the comment section. All right. Thanks. Bye bye. Oh, also, if you like what I do, please check out my other videos at the Leverton Review. Please leave a comment, subscribe, all that great stuff. Thanks. Bye.